That was fast. Emma, good morning. How's Emma? I should let everybody know what's going on here. I can't believe how fast that was. Emma, were you like waiting for me? I'm doing this quick coffee because Sue wanted a coffee. So we're doing a coffee quick because a little change of plans here today. Anybody that was watching the streams last night, you know that we got a lot of rain, and it's going to stop the rain. Now we know what happens when it rains here. What does that usually mean Matt gets to do? The first one that guesses gets a prize. What happens on rain days here? Janie, you nailed it. It's poop scraping day. Big time. Everything's nice and wet. I was up at 3 a.m. till 5 a.m. I was up for other reasons because I'm stressed, but I went back to bed at 5:30 and I said, oh man, it's just pouring rain. And I said, I got to clean the pen today. So I said, I got to get a little bit of sleep. So I got back to sleep and I woke up at 7. So I got to, it's thick too, really thick. I got to take the wheelbarrow today. I'm not going to do it all with the hose. I'm going to actually scrape and haul it out, and then just squirt the after I'm done. So, like squirt is make it extra soft, and then wheelbarrow it. I'm going to dump it on the garden. But I just came in. I put the camera over in the Zika tent, and I was just walking back, and the rain started. I posted the link on the radar. She's a pretty good downpour. Actually, she's pouring pretty good right now. Oh yeah, she is. I wouldn't want to be outside even with an umbrella. It wouldn't be relaxing. Hello, Vista. Oh, how am I doing today, Mark? I'm doing good. How are you doing, Mark? Oh, she's coming down real hard. Oh, that was a good call. I was going to just say to hell with it and take the old high-tech umbrella. Good morning, Gene. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't. Well, you can see the rain. Look at her. She's coming down good outside. It wouldn't have been a good rush outside, even with my $41 umbrella. Yeah, my old videos. Actually, I'm going to check that just to make sure. Hang on. Thank you for letting me know. I just want to make sure something worked here today. Did it work? Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. My old catalog, some have commercials, some don't. It's hit and miss because, like I said, there's 23 pages of videos that are now under review. And because they aren't, high turnover videos, their catalog and their live streams, and there's a combination of everything. 23 pages. 23 pages. Like, I'll just tell you, how many would that be? How many's on one page, Matt? Is there a numbering system here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 per page times 23 pages. That's what I clicked through. I can't believe feeding the ducks is still processing from last night. Unbelievable. Man, I'm telling you, YouTube, it's so broken. Like, I don't know what they've done to the site. Like, they have totally screwed it up. I'm not kidding you, folks. It's almost like I just need to use the site just to stream, just so I can share this and just do everything I can outside of the site. Everything I can. Oh, she's really coming down. Has anybody got the other streams open to partake in the storm out there? Oh, she's coming down hard. That's going to make it so much easier doing the duck poop today. I'm looking so forward to it, as you can tell. Um, anyways, I've been up all night. Anyway, it's like and then you know, I don't know if it's because of just I was searching for stuff. I was up at 3 a.m. and couldn't sleep, so I thought I'm gonna get up. And then I had the crazy idea I'm gonna actually get up and go to work. So I brought all my clothes downstairs. I was gonna have a shower. I was gonna freshen up, have coffee, turn the coffee machine on. Then I was like, Matt, what am I doing drinking coffee at 3 o'clock in the morning? You want to go back to sleep, so try to go back to sleep. So I thought I gotta lay down on the couch, and I turned on the TV, which is just basically a computer. Well, it is a computer with a big screen in my living room, and I started watching YouTube videos, and then I was watching one of my channels, which I really like. I recommend is Computing Forever, great channel, um, and I was watching it and about YouTube problems, monetization, and then all of a sudden more and more were getting recommended to me. So I was like watching all of the videos from other big channels that were having the same problem as me, and they're all doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing, you know, doing Patreon. You know, what's Team Flip? What did he do? Oh, please subscribe to me. Say 638 when you sub to me, and I will sub back. There you go. I just said it. 638. Sub to me, Team Flip. JT, I'm going to be mailing T-shirts on probably Tuesday or Wednesday because Monday's a holiday here. It's Thanksgiving. This is technically the Thanksgiving weekend in Canada for you Americans that don't realize that we're farther north and our Thanksgiving happens a month earlier. Oh, so what's going to happen is I'm having this quick coffee. Then I already got the camera set up at the Zeke tent. We're gonna go let the ducks out, do a duck rush. I'm thinking the ducks are not going to be really interested in staying in the lagoon today because there are a ton of puddles around my property, which means my lawn is going to get destroyed today. But I'm going to do that anyways. Then I'm going to come back in. I'm going to get some food in me, and then I got to go outside and clean duck poop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the stream on in the pen so you can watch me clean duck poop today. How does that sound? You know? Yes, Carlos, it is early for you. It's like, what time is it? Yeah, what are you doing up at 4:43 in the morning? Your time? So that's what's going to happen here today. So I'm not going to be having a coffee at the side of the lagoon because I've got to take care of the duck poop while it's super soft. And they're calling for sun today. And as this rain that we're having is stopping, and that it's supposedly this is the end of the rain for the rest of the day. So I need to capitalize on this moisture and the poop softening to make my job easier. And I'm going to cheat today and use the wheelbarrow and a shovel because my ankle's not killing me too bad. I'm just looking at the radar, and she's passed. Okay, what's the deal? Oh, there's a little bit more to come. Oh, not much. It's over. Yeah, ending. Shower was ending this morning. So I just want to make sure showers are over. Weather channel says no rain, 0%, but it's going to rain tonight. So it's going to be a duck poop shoveling Sunday, is what you're going to be watching. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to be shoveling duck poop for tips today. How show ankle? Mark, that makes no sense. How's my ankle? Is that the question you're trying to ask? My ankle? Well, we'll see what it's like after I'm pushing wheelbarrows of poop today. I know, Sue. Duck poop Sunday. I'm like, you wouldn't believe it. When I woke up at 3 and the rain was just pounding, I was like, this only means one thing. Like, I'm not going to have an easy Sunday. I've got to spend the day shoveling duck poop. I got to scrape the pen out, and I gotta scrape because I want it to be faster, because it's so thick. Because we haven't had rain in a while, so the duck poop is sort of like a crust. So if I try to blow it out with a hose, it'll take hours. I'll be in there 10 hours. I don't want to do that for 10 hours. So I'm going to do as much as I can with a wheelbarrow scraping. So it's sort of, well, I'll do another cleaning. I like to do one cleaning just before everything freezes again, like sometime in November, before I put the water away. Before I take the big 1-inch line and drain it. I like to do one cleaning before the snow hits, before I put the hose away, and then once the big hose is away, then it's till we have to wait till spring. So there'll be one more cleaning after this. It won't be a big cleaning like this one will be. Today will be a lot of wheelbarrow loads for poop scraping, but I'm going to take it and just dump them on the garden. Is what's going to happen. Sell it on Craigslist. We don't, but we have Craigslist, but we really have Kijiji, but nobody wants to come and get it. Duck poop is not a big item here. It's not a commodity that you can sell. Probably in the spring, but nobody wants it in the fall. Nobody thinks about putting stuff on their garden in the fall. They always think about the spring, adding everything in the spring, which is the worst time to add stuff. You should be adding everything in the fall. But it's like banging your head against the wall telling people that, because in the fall, everybody's thinking, oh no, we'll do it next spring. We'll just leave it. All right, you're not listening. You should always amend your soil in the fall. Let it sit. That's what farmers do. They spread the cow manure all over their fields in the fall. Let the snow gets on top of it, and then it goes the whole winter that way. And then spring it's ready. You don't throw it on fresh and then and then plant. It doesn't work that way. You put seaweed on yours, Brian? You must have access to lots of seaweed. You live on the coast, and you have a lot of seaweed washing up on the beach. Is that where you're getting your seaweed from? I think you do, living life. You have to cancel it on the Patreon. I'm not too sure how it works. I'm thinking just cancel and redo it. My Patreon is not set up for how do you say it, instant billing, the way the Patreon, because I don't have a cell phone, and because I don't have a cell phone, I can't be what they call charge up front. It has to be monthly. So at the end of the month, like, you can pledge like right now, and your credit card won't be charged till the end of the month. So it's sort of like I have to work the month before I get your pledge, so I can pay. You know what I mean? Not like a lot of creators, when you pledge, they charge your credit card right away, but they have a cell phone. I don't have a cell phone, so because I don't have a cell phone with a text plan, I can't get verified on Patreon. They don't. I don't have phone verification. So because of that, it goes on a monthly billing, where you won't be billed until you are happy after a month's worth of work. So, and then then they bill you at the end of the month. So if you pledge today, it doesn't get charged to your credit card until the very end of the month. That's the way it works. And there's, another way of doing it is Help Feed the Ducks, 50 Ducks in a Hot Tub.com. There's a page there for Help and Feed the Ducks, and you can actually decide, do you want to help feed ducks? Feed one duck for a week is $1.71 a month, Canadian pesos. Or if you want to feed 30 ducks for a month, there's all kinds of selections there you can do, your choice. And the PayPal takes the less amount. Way less, like 3.5% total. Where Patreon, if you're like US, for me, Patreon's like 11%. So the Feed a Duck per Month program is the best bang for your buck. Less money goes for administration fees. It's the best way. I really appreciate your support, guys. Because I'm really having a hard time with this. I'm stressing out over it. Because I don't like, how would you say, asking for help. I have a problem with that. No, I'm not burnout. Well, it's a bad week, Kyle. The Ducks are leaving this week. This is the last week of the Ducks. And I got a kick in the head 2 nights ago by YouTube. So it's sort of like, you couldn't ask for a better storm to hit me. I'm already like depressed. I get depressed every year. Anybody that's been watching the show, what the last week's like for me. It's what's coming up for me. I'm an emotional wreck because I got to say goodbye to all these ducks. Because I get attached to them because I live with ducks all year, like I've been living with these ducks since June. They're like an extension of me, and then they're going. And then to have YouTube do this to me, the last thing I want to be worried about is financial stuff when the ducks are leaving. It's very emotional for me, Like I'm choking up right now. So, stressful. And now I'm a victim of a bot. Unbelievable. So, I'm going through a lot, folks. And this year you get to see it in real time. Well, Nancy, a lot of people have asked me about that. I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you a little story that I've kept to myself. Remember when I went bankrupt there and I had to, I needed help from the Duck fans to keep the house. And I had to, people want to know, how much it cost to be here. And then, there were a lot of people that understood that, how much it was going to cost to be here. So I'm choking up over the duck thing here right now, guys. So, but it opened me up to a lot of ridicule. And, the old saying, misery loves company. And there were a lot of miserable people that felt that I shouldn't, that I should give this place up and give my home up, and that, I shouldn't keep it when all that was happening. And I got a lot of hate, internet love stuff, you know what I mean? And I decided I would never share that again. Because I've always kept, I try not to talk about money other than projects. We're doing a project like this, we're feeding the ducks to feed the homeless, and all the expenses are there. And, and I spend lots of money here that I don't talk about. Like I spend lots of money that I don't talk about. And, obviously, because equipment keeps showing up here, I'm spending money. I constantly reinvest to make the show better, and to make it flow better, and so I don't talk about it. And now, with this YouTube thing, and like I had some people reach out to me, and they asked me, like, how much does it cost to stay here? Well, like it's really expensive for me to stay here. Living in the country is really expensive, but it's not just me living here. Like, I've actually had one person, they sent me an email. They told me, just go get a job and go live in an apartment. Well, I can't do the duck adventure, and I can't raise ducks to feed the homeless. I can't raise ducks to, to donate the eggs to the food bank. If I'm living in an apartment, but this person doesn't get that. So it's like, there's a lot of expenses to be here because this is a show. It is a show. My life is a show. I'm doing a show. I'm sharing what's going on here, and it's not just my life. It's like I'm walking, talking, living. The ducks, to share it, to show you everybody, how to raise animals in a good way, and then giving it all away to charity. So it's a show, but it's real. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like just me with a camera and a computer and I'm just making stuff, doing just vlogging. Anyways, there's actual hard expenses to be here, and to have all of this here costs real money. And one person, if you look at this, what it costs to be here for one person, it's really expensive. But you got to remember, it's like, it's a show. We're financing a show, and that's what I've been doing. Is that we've been we're doing a show on raising these ducks and sharing it with a lot of people, and it's not like it's plus I got the problem where I went bankrupt, and it's like I've got a mortgage, and I have a second mortgage, which if I didn't have the second mortgage, I would have actually lost the house. And my second mortgage is rude, and that's what really drives my cost up to be here. But the second mortgage is what saved me, because they couldn't sell my house in the bankruptcy because of the second mortgage. So it was a curse. It's a curse right now because it's really expensive, but it saved my rear end, because the equity, I would have had to sell my house. So I'm in a bit of a predicament, and I can't even fix that till February 2019, when my mortgage comes up and I can deal with the banks, and plus, then I'm bankruptee or bankrupter or whatever you call it, one of those dischargee guys, and the banks, I'm bad to the banks. So, so it's I'm trying to figure out how to do it, how to share this, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard. So I'm going to think about this, about how to frame it, that everybody can see what it really costs to be here, and to do this, to share this, to stream this, all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to throw it out there. See what happens. Because every time I rely on corporations, I get screwed. So that's my situation. Like I told you my story about eBay. I built a really good eBay business. It was doing big numbers. 4,000 orders a month, and they changed the rules. And it took me 2 years to get out of that one. And built a YouTube, and now I'm a victim of the bot, along with probably tens and thousands of other channels, that have got hit by this demonetization crusade that they're on, which I still can't figure out how this is good for the site. I just can't figure it out. I don't understand how their business model works. I can't get my head around it. Like, if they're not putting ads on, if they're taking the ads off because we're not advertiser friendly, how are they making any money? Unless the big corporations, the mainstream media is giving them so much money that they just, it doesn't matter. That's the only thing that makes any sense. You know, I'm going to be doing more merchandise. Trust me, I am. I got ideas, but it all takes time and like unbelievable. Like to give you an idea, okay, like to do merchandise. Like I got artwork. I got a whole bunch of artwork, and I got other ideas for artwork because I'm also quite good at graphic arts, right? Because I used to do all my own for my business, so the graphic arts is not a problem. But the thing is, to set up a store, you don't just simply throw a logo up and say, okay, put this logo on all this merchandise, okay, and then publish the store. It doesn't work that way. The way it works is you have to go into every item. So like if I want to have, like an example, Cafe Press, I think has like 160 or 170 items. I have to go into every single item and tweak the logo to fit whatever is on that. So like let's say if it's a coffee mug, I got to put it so to make sure the logo doesn't bleed over. Or if it's a t-shirt, I got to make sure the logo is big enough on the t-shirt. Or if it's, let's say, pens, I got to make sure that the 50 ducks goes up the pen. Or if it's a notepad or like whatever it's done, you got to go into every one and make sure the logo's right, because it's basically what you're doing is you're placing orders. You're saying this is if I was to order this, this is the way I want it to come to me. Because when you place the order, the last thing you want to do is place it, buy a pen, and the name's crooked, or let's say it only says 50 duck and there's no S at the end. You know what I mean? Because it got cut off. And that's what I got to do is I got to go through 160, 173 products and do each and every one of them. Like so. So yeah, I know lots of people at VistaFair have asked they would like to do that work for me, but I'm a little bit of a particular when it comes to that stuff. I want to see what it looks like myself, uh, because if I don't like it, I want to tweak it. That's the problem, you know. But once it's done, it's done. Like once you finish it, it's done. Then it's done, and I know it's like I just want to make sure it's perfect, because I don't want people to buy a product to support the store and then get the product and it looks bad, because I want them to be proud of it and I want them to show it off, because showing it off advertises the show, and that's what it's all about. I was just thinking of something else, Brian, when you wrote 50 inches of duck adventure. I was thinking something else. I was thinking like, because I think Cafe Press sells sex toys too, but I was like, my mind was in the gutter, Brian. I'm sorry. Um, anyways, I've done that, Nancy, where people do artwork and then send it me for the final approval. That is so time consuming. It's like, my God, just to be faster, just sit down and do it myself. You know, seriously, I've done so much over the years with artwork and dealing with people, and that's why uh, I don't do it. I just don't do it. I just, um, I, I've done newspaper advertising, signage. I've done so much things, and it's like send it back and forth, send it back and forth. It's like I have found it just faster to do it myself. Just do like I used to do to the newspapers, do ads for the newspapers, and I used to just want to go down to the graphics department and slap them all in the head, because you guys were just, what are you doing to me, wasting my time. It was faster for me just to do the ad myself, give it to them, and say, there you go, there's the ad, put it in your paper. So it's like it's just faster. It is. And then I get exactly what I want. GoFundMe for it is for projects only. I'm not doing the GoFundMe for the show. That's what Patreon's for. It's like it's GoFundMe's for like fixing the barn, which is coming up, feeding the homeless, digging the lagoon. It's for something tangible where you get to see this is what's going to happen with this. So Happy birthday, Nick Gers. I hope I said it wrong. Gers, right? I mean, is that, did I say it right? Oh, and Knuckles needs to go. Knuckles. Somebody get rid of him. A 50-inch flute with 50 ducks on it, Nancy? A house is pretty, is tangible, but the thing is, we're not buying a house. You know, it's I'm gonna do something that gives everybody an idea, you know, of but a lot of people are gonna be freaked when they see it. It's because Canada's a very expensive place too. That's another kick in the head part. A lot of people don't understand how expensive this country is. We are raped up here on everything. It is unbelievably expensive. Like we pay through the nose for everything. It's very this is an unbelievably expensive country. It's it's almost like we're in Europe. It's like it's crazy here. I know Americans when they come up here they can't believe how expensive. Oh, the HST is the tip of the iceberg, Tina. There's lots before the HST that gets us. The tax on tax, it's like, and then the HST. So any of my Canadian viewers will concur on this how expensive this country is. It's very expensive. I'm the more as time goes by. Uh, Actually, Gene, we have the highest electricity costs in North America, not just Canada. There's no place in North America that has the electricity costs we have here. It's unbelievable. But anyways, uh, it's times like this, you know, it was like the duck adventure. If we were in South America, you know, it'd be really cheap to do the duck adventure because the cost of living there is way cheaper than here. Uh, but that can't happen this winter. Move the duck adventure to Chile. Here we go. We'll move to Chile or do the ducks in Chile. Feed the homeless down there. Then we don't need as much sun panels. That ain't gonna help me. The thing is a lot of people say, "Oh, get solar panels." You know how much money you have to spend to get to generate enough, but the investment for solar and wind projects too is like it takes you 10 years to get your money back. Matt, I need a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. No, I just need a bunch of support from a whole bunch of people. Just a little bit of support from everybody to keep the show going so that we can still keep raising ducks to feed the homeless and donating eggs and sharing all the duck love, you know, and the cuteness. I need to have a whole bunch of people, not just one person. And that way, you know, with one person, you don't it's going to bed with one person is like going to bed with a corporation, ladies and gentlemen. Then they get to control everything. And we need to have it so that everybody's involved. Because you only get involved if you like what you see. You know what I mean? You know, monthly donations for keeping the house. No forward. It's monthly donations to keep the show going. Because it's like if I wasn't doing the show, I wouldn't be here. Seriously. Because there's nothing here in this part of the world for me. Like there is no like there's a lot like, there is no jobs in this area. We are, you know what? You know what the employment opportunities are in this town? Nothing. Walmart greeter. There's nothing here. There is no work in this part of the world. Like there's no opportunities. If you're a young person in this part of the world, you leave to go get a job. You don't stay here. If you stay here, you just get into trouble because there's nothing to do except booze and alcohol. Booze and alcohol is the same thing. Booze and drugs, and get some girl pregnant. That's what this part of the world offers. And then she goes on welfare, and and you don't live in the same house so she can get lots of money. Head west, young man. That's what I had to do, Brian. I grew up here, and I left. I moved. Well, I joined the army, and then when I got out of the army, when I got out of the army, I lasted 3 weeks, and everything I owned was packed in a Honda Civic, and I was going to Calgary. And there's nothing here, nothing here, nothing. And there's nothing. If it wasn't for YouTube's the only way I'm holding the boat together here, guys. I came up with this YouTube idea of doing this. Ford, you're not making any sense today. I'm thinking you are short busting it right now. The donations on the GoFundMe are to feed the ducks that get donated this week. You can do Patreon, you can do the PayPal. Oh, Gene, every small town in Ontario is like that right now. There's no opportunities. Nothing. Nothing. The only opportunity I have is right now, right here. So, is PayPal. That's right, Ford. You can do PayPal on the 50 Ducks and Hot Tub site. You can $1.71 a month, feed a duck for a week. Everything helps. Yes, Christmas tree ornaments would be nice if I could pull that off. I don't know if Cafe Press has that, JT. But like I said, I got to sit down and get my store set up because I need to work on that. I really do. I need to get lots of trinkets, 50 Ducks trinkets, so you guys can have a choice. Now, I'm going to work on that. I am. I'm focusing on this. This wake up call that I got here 2 nights ago from YouTube. I always knew that it was going to happen, that this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen one day. I just didn't expect it to happen this week, if you know what I mean. Like I knew that that eventually it would become either fan funded or ended, because I knew where YouTube was going. I was just sort of in a little bit of a denial because I didn't. I didn't believe it was going to happen so fast. You know what I mean? Like it's a shock this week. Plus, just the worst, JT, the worst time ever. You're right. It's like this was. I wanted this week to be a say goodbye to the Ducks week, not me whine about YouTube and ad revenue. They broadsided me, is what they did. They broadsided me, anyways. And now I got to, not only am I thinking about I got to say goodbye to the Ducks this week, I've also got to put my business head back on, and I got to think about how I'm going to generate revenue to keep everything going, because after somebody treats you this way, as in YouTube, treating us this way, I have a hard time doing business with them. And when I say doing business with them, I mean ads. Why should I do ads with them when they will toss me to the curb so easy? So it's like, okay, the best, just like, the factory food, how I don't vote, I vote with my wallet. I don't buy the stuff. I don't buy meat in the grocery store. It's like, okay, it's time then. We'll just do adless. Just time to go with no ads, and we'll just see what happens. The adless duck show, no ads live stream. That's I'm gonna run with that, and we'll just see what happens. That's what's going to go down here. So now it's blue and sunny out. We're going to let the ducks out. I'm going to throw some pants on, and we're going to get this happening this morning. I got to get some food into me after I let the ducks out, and then I'm going to go out and turn the stream on to shovel duck poop live on a Sunday. So if you're interested in watching somebody shovel duck poop, this is the channel today. Oh, sloppy duck poop coming up later today, folks. Stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna go and throw some pants on because I've just got my shorts on right now, and we're going to go and do a duck rush, okay? And then I'm gonna come back in here, get some food into me so that I can go outside and shovel duck poop Sunday.